Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be answering your questions from Instagram, and there's some really quality questions that I picked today. I feel like it's going to help you and you're going to take away something from this video today. I hope I can be of help. So yeah, without further ado, let's quickly jump into the questions. Okay, the first question is, how do I keep myself motivated to work out when I'm not seeing the results? Okay, so we have to figure out why you're not seeing results. Like, do you have a personal trainer? Are you watching someone and working out? Are you being disciplined? Are you working out like all 5 days a week? Are you eating well? So all of this matters, because if you're just doing like a 10-minute workout and then you skip the next 2 days and you eat junk, like it is not going to show up. You are not going to get results. Okay, if you really want to see drastic results, then you have to focus on your diet. If weight is an issue, you have to focus on your diet and you have to take professional help, because I feel like a nutritionist or someone who's experienced in this field, like a trainer, can sort of help you battle those issues. I have been lean all my life, okay? If you just see my pictures from 2 years ago to now, it'll just be the same. That's just how my body type is, okay? And my entire family's for that matter. But even I used to think, man, I'm working out for like a year and I still look the same. But when I got COVID last month, I lost all my muscle mass and my weight as well. Like I lost 2 kgs and I was looking very like thin and soft everywhere. And then I could notice the difference, you know, like my bum had become all like flat and everything had, like my arms and stuff have become like a little bit loose. And then I was like, okay, I was toned before COVID, you know, even that 3 days a week workout, 4 days a week, like minimal movements were actually compounding, and I was actually getting my results. But I did not see it through my naked eye because I didn't know what I had until I lost it. When I lost it, I was like, okay, that's a massive difference, because my glutes, my bum had a little bit of shape because I used to do a lot of leg workout. My thighs were a little toned. Even though they were thin, they're toned. And that's how I got to know that, okay, working out every day is sort of compounding, and then you can see it in the next few years. So I just want to give you like a little bit of a push. Don't give up, don't quit, because you're not seeing what you could be in the next 2 years. Okay, working out is very difficult, I know, and you have to actually physically push yourself if you're not into fitness. Can I tell you, you are going to love the way you feel every day when you work out, and you will see results provided you follow good people. Like, I don't know who you're following, I don't have much details, but I recommend following Bloggalaris, Pamela Reif. These are people like I follow and I used to follow in the lockdown when I did not have a trainer. Now my trainer's back and he's sort of helping me build my muscle. So make sure you are doing these tiny little things and be disciplined. That's the only like tip I can give you. Every day you wake up, have a routine. 11 o'clock, I'm going to work out. 11 to 12, nobody gets to disturb me. In that time, it's your time. Do a little bit of cardio, or you can go down for a walk, come back, do some skipping, do some squats, just minimal exercises. You don't have to go all out and lift weights, but do a little bit, and you have no idea, all of this matters. Every day your body is seeing results, but you can't see it with the naked eye. But every day your muscle is growing. Every single day you're getting better and better, and in the next like few years you are going to be able to see the difference. Okay, so it really depends on body type, body structure, what you're doing, if you're disciplined. So I hope this helps. Okay, I'm gonna answer some questions about money, how much ever I know. Okay, what do you think? Is there an age for money? Do I need XYZ amount in my bank before settling down? Now, I don't know what settling down means in your world, but I'm going to take it as getting married and settle down. That's what I assume you're asking me. But there is no specific amount you need before settling down. I feel like there's not a number I can put on it. Everybody has different life experiences and everybody has a different relationship with money. Some might think it's the most necessary thing in their life right now and nothing else stops that. Money is happiness. And while that's not true, it's a necessity, yes. I've been through phases where I've not had money and it was horrible, and I know how that feeling is. But do you need a certain amount of money before getting married? I would say yes. definitely. I feel like it helped me a lot. The reason why Akhil and I didn't decide to get married so soon, I mean, we had been dating for over 10 years. We could have easily gotten married in our 7th year. I mean, we were sure about each other. But the thing is that I felt like neither of us were like stable in our work life. We still were living with our parents. And though he moved out of his house a couple of times, he always got back to his parents. We were trying to figure out life and our income to make sure it was consistent so we can build a life for ourselves. And I felt like around last 2 years, the time he proposed to me, I think we were having a very stable career. Both of us were heading in directions we knew that would give us stable incomes. And you have to feel very confident and strong before building a life with someone else, because it's not fair enough to put pressure on your husbands or your partners to take care of you fully. Okay, it's a lot of pressure, trust me. I know that it's a sort of said thing like, okay, your husband will take care of you, you can, relax. I feel like everybody should have a certain amount of income, consistent income coming into their lives. It can be whatever, just like even it can be 2,000 rupees. Maybe you're like buying and selling stuff online, whatever little you are doing for yourself is so important, my girls, because this is going to make you feel confident from the inside. A lot of people are broken from the inside and they don't have a voice. It's because they don't have anything to stand up for. They cannot voice their opinion because other people are paying for their stuff. So it's very difficult to sort of have your stand there. They're like, hey, you're under my house, you're under my rules. When I used to stay with my parents, there used to be this thing. I wanted to do all sorts of things like come home at 12 o'clock and things like that. But there were rules in the house. I didn't have a say in it because, of course, A, they were disciplining me, and B, because my parents were paying for all of my shit. So I didn't have a say. If I wanted stuff, if I wanted to live off of their money, and if I wanted to eat 3 meals on the table, I had to follow certain rules. Fair enough, I was not independent to make that decision. So I feel like even as adults, when you are married and moving into a new family, having your own identity, having your own career, your own income, source of income, and have it be consistent is so important, because you feel like you have a voice. You're your own boss, you're your individual self, and having to depend on someone for your livelihood is very difficult. So to answer your question, there is no particular amount, but yes, you must have some amount in your bank. It's just your safety net. It's just like, if something had to go wrong, life is not guaranteed, nothing is guaranteed. So if something had to go wrong, can you take care of yourself and your kid by yourself? No in-laws, no parents. Can you take care of yourself and your baby? So that is something you have to think of moving into a relationship, a committed relationship or marriage or whatever settling down is for you. Having a certain amount in the bank and building on it is very important. I want to start content creation. Is it a good time to start? It's a fabulous time to start. I feel like everyone is indulging in content. Everybody wants to watch TikToks and Instagrams and YouTubes. It's the thing now. Yes, is it a fad? Maybe it'll go away in some years. Like, everything has its own phase. But is it a good time? Yes, but only if you're extremely unique in what you do. I entered at a point where bloggers were just entering the field. I was at the right place at the right time, and I'm so thankful for that. I felt like there were not too many people, and it has taken me over 5 years to be where I am. So you have to be extremely patient. So of course you can start a page. I think it is just a fabulous way of expressing who you are, your art in your own individuality. So definitely take that leap of faith. If you feel like you don't need it as a source of income, then you can go ahead and give it a shot, because I feel like if you are entering social media thinking it's only going to give you free stuff and money, oh, you're going to be sad. You're going to be heartbroken if you get into social media thinking about these things, because you're getting in with the wrong intention. Just get in with your complete passion. If there's something you want to express, your art, cooking style, your fitness, your jokes, you want to do comedy, you have to stand out. People know us content creators now by name because there is some individuality that each of us bring out, right? We know Dolly for her sense of comedy. We know Kusha for her sense of comedy, but it's a little bit different. We know Komal for her insane fashion sense. Whenever you say fashion, Komal comes to your mind instantly, right? So these are certain people that have their USPs, like Jake, my brother, comedy, character sketches, you know, and they stand out because they bring something new to the table every time with their content piece. So as long as you know you're being absolutely authentic and you're not replicating anyone, you're not copying anyone, just take inspiration from your favorite content creators and get on the platform and start doing it. And don't focus a lot on the followers, because I feel like that's where people go really wrong. They just wait for like the 1,999,000 subscribers. Why aren't my subscribers increasing? It's been 1 week. Forget the numbers. I didn't look at my numbers for a long time. I just focus on my numbers when you guys tell me I'm about to hit 500,000, I'm about to hit 700,000. Otherwise, I don't even look at my subscriber count. And I've trained myself to do that, because I should not be caring about the numbers unless they are milestone numbers. In that way, I'm just creating content. I'm putting out content as much as I can. I'm enjoying my art. I'm loving my time. That's so important. Every time you sit down in front of the camera, that you feel fulfilled. That's when content creation can actually translate on camera and people can see your passion through your content. So make sure you are unique, you are authentic, and you are consistent. You have to be consistent. Don't expect an overnight success unless you go viral. Yeah, these three important. How to keep my sanity during this isolation. If you have anxiety, panic attacks, it's very important to have your friends check in on you. Not everyone's going to know how you're feeling. You have to speak. You need to have someone to talk to. I feel like it can be your best friends, it can be your siblings, your parents. You have to have an outlet. And if you don't have a person, if you're not an extrovert, you're very shy as a person, use a book and start journaling. You can vomit all your feelings on paper. It's so powerful. Like, journaling is so incredibly powerful, because everything you're storing up in here ultimately wants to come out. It just, as human beings, we want to vent, whether it is with our friends, whether it's in our parents. We want to let it out so that we are free of it, right? So the more you let it out, the more free you are, and the baggage gets released. If you don't have anyone, pen it down. You can burn the paper later, but it's very important to sit and write the frustration. I really highly recommend support groups. There are tons of them on Facebook. If you're not good at talking to people face to face, maybe start speaking to people online. It really helps to find people who have common issues like you. You feel like you're not alone anymore. Watching motivational speakers genuinely helped me in 2020. Back in the day, I found my people. Some people like Tom Bilyeu, his interviews are so fabulous. Definitely check him out. And School of Greatness by Lewis Howes, excellent interviews. He brings on people and he interviews them and talks to them so beautifully. It just like makes you want to think about life, you know. So definitely make sure you're watching some of these people, because you just get carried away with their interviews. It's like an hour-long interview and you'll just feel so motivated, because they make sure to leave you at the end of the video with a smile on your face. So I feel like watching people really puts you in a good mood. Exercise really helps. So make sure you have a routine in the morning. You're getting your body going. You know, you have to have movement. If you get up in the morning, sit on the couch, watch Netflix, your body is not moving, and there's no adrenaline, there's nothing. It is stale. So you got to move your body. Listen to music. Music is an excellent uplifter. Play some music. You are going to love it. There is no way you cannot sway to music, right? When music plays, your body automatically starts swaying. It's getting good motions. So music helps. Spending time with family, which I'm sure you're doing already. So spend time with family, talk to them about different topics, watching good TV shows, not murder, not thriller, not kidnapping. You don't want to put yourself in a very anxious like space. Make sure you're watching stand-up comedies, something that makes you laugh. At the end of the day, it's going to come to an end, like everything in life. Okay, there's this beautiful word called impermanence. Okay, nothing in life is permanent or guaranteed. It is going to pass. It's a very dark cloud under our lives right now with a lot of things happening, but this cloud is going to pass and you're going to see sunshine at the end of the day, and you have to have hope. Okay, have hope, be optimistic, find a reason to be happy every day, be grateful for where you are. That's the only way I also remain sane sometimes. I always think, oh my god, like the same food every day, oh my god, but at least I'm getting to eat food every day. You know, a lot of people are not getting that. I remind myself of the things that I have, and you have to be grateful. Gratitude is so important during these times. You have a family, you have a loving partner, you have internet, you have water, you take a bath every day. All of this then reminds you of how lucky you are every single day, and that helps you stay sane. Acrylic nails or gel nails? I have acrylic nails on. These are fake extensions. I have very short nails and I don't let them grow because whenever they grow, they always chip off and break and it looks really ugly. So I personally love acrylics. Okay, they're fake extensions put on my nails. I have them done every month because that's just who I am. It's a personal choice. Yes, it does like sort of damage my nail, but the people again I go to are just fantastic. So yeah, get these done if you want to experiment. They're very cool, like nothing ever happens or chips, or it's always very manicured, and I love very manicured hands because I'm very expressive. How to support a friend who's in a financial crisis? Suggest all the ways. I don't know all the ways, but I have been that friend who needed financial support at one point in my life a few years ago, and I don't remember anyone coming to save us. Look, at the end of the day, you're on your own, your family is on your own, okay? No one's gonna come and sweep and save you financially because everyone's very like weird about money. They're weird about giving money to people for some reason. Everybody has, like I said, a different relationship with money. So I don't know, and I don't remember anyone coming to help us financially except my church. So our church did a very beautiful thing. They didn't just like hand out donations or give us money because that would be blown up in rent. They blessed us with other things. And I'll tell you one thing you can do. If you don't want to give money to your friend, if that's uncomfortable for you, because I know it can be very difficult. It's a complicated thing, you know. What you can do is firstly be there for them, like be hella there for them. Emotionally support them 100%. Listen to them when they want to vent because they will want to cry all the time. They will be stuck. You can help them by guiding them on what they can do next in their career, what part-time job they can pick up. You know, helping them find a way to get consistent income, because by giving money like one time is not enough because it is going to get over very quickly. That may sometimes help, but eventually the money gets over, you know. So what you can do is bless them with groceries. That's what my church did for me, and we were so happy. Like I remember just a bell ringing and we opened the door and there was so much ration, like kilos of rice, kilos of oil, kilos of biscuits, and like amazing essentials like dairy products. Back in the day, I used to eat chicken like our family. So chicken and like basic things that we needed for our daily meals. And that helped us so much more than money ever could, because I feel like at the end of the day, you got to feed your stomach. So if there's one thing you can do for your friend who's financially in a difficult spot, is bless them with clothes, bless them with things that you think you don't need, bless them with grocery, man. Like more than you know, like people need food at the end of the day to feed their kids, to feed their family. So if you are in a good spot in your life and you have the money, just order a bunch of stuff from the groceries you think that they would enjoy and send it to their place. You have no idea what you're doing for their family, because I have been through it. It felt like a Christmas day. We opened all the package and I was like 23. I was a full-blown adult, but we went into the package, opened it, and we saw rice and we saw oil, and we were so happy. And that just reminded me of just the simpler things in life, you know. I forgot money in that moment and I was like, we just needed food. And this was very recently, okay? So I remember it so vividly, and my mom was so happy that we have food for the next few months. So I will never ever forget the blessings, and I will never forget what God did for me and our family in that moment. He kept us going and he kept blessing us through different mediums, and that's why I owe everything in my life to God, because he sent his angels. That's what I believe, and he watched over us, you know. So yeah, that is one of the things you can do for your friend who doesn't have money right now. Is money the measure of success? Does it have to be like that? No, money is required to sustain yourself, to feed your family and yourself. We all have different definitions of success. I feel like I'm successful today. I can call myself successful today because I'm very happy from inside. Like every day I wake up, I have this incredible amount of zeal to continue my day. I wake up with a purpose. I go to bed with immense amount of peace. Like I don't have disturbed sleeps, I don't have panic attacks, I don't wake up in the middle of the night. Not saying those things are bad, please don't get me wrong, but I'm just trying to tell you the indicators to what you can call your life successful. I have incredible amount of peace. I have such amazing friends around me. Like, I have very few, but I have such beautiful, long-lasting relationships for over a decade. And I feel like they have been with me my entire life through my ups and downs, and they are so valued and cherished. I have family members who are just like the best thing to ever exist. I love spending time with my family. I love spending time with my siblings. We don't have fights. We love each other. We laugh with each other. I have an amazing husband who just like, I'm so blessed to have Akhil in my life today, and his family are just like a burst of joy. And all of those things are blessings in my life. Am I successful? Hell yeah! Because I have such valuable relationships today that I can count on, that I can fall back on. Even if I don't have a single penny today, I know that I can run to my parents, I can run to my siblings, I can run to my husband. That is what being successful is, according to me. And yes, money is important as well. Having someone who has had immense amount of money in the past to having nothing, to having somewhat something. I have sort of been in all phases in my life money-wise. And I can tell you, like, this is the happiest I have ever been. I have had immense amount of money, and I was happy. I was like oblivious mostly because it was my parents' money. So I was just like, ah, cool. You know, whatever. I used to take it for granted. Be like, yeah, we have money. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know what pure joy is until like these past few years. I have been the happiest I've ever been. And I think that is the indicator of success. Look around you, see what your relationships are like and how valuable they are to you. Are there people you can fall back on? You have beautiful friends in your life who you can call up at 4 a.m. and be like, hey, you want to catch up? That is success, dude. You are already successful. Because when you're 80, no one's going to give a shit about how much money you have in the bank. Like, no one's going to care about the millions and the houses. And yes, it's beautiful for like a certain amount of time. But at the end of the day, do you want to go to bed alone? Like, do you have no one to call on your phone and you're just like playing with your own money in the night? That is depressing. Then you're not successful. So you can have all the money in the world and be unfulfilled. And you can have decent amount of money in the world but be so fulfilled. So, you know, you have to just like think about what is your idea of success. And I think this is so important to know for all my young people out there as well. I know you think that just having tons of money means I'm successful and I've achieved something. No, it's like I'm telling you, I've had money in the past. I've never been like this fulfilled because I feel like now I have my own career. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I support my family with my job. I'm following my passion. I have successful relationships. Amazing. So that's what counts, okay? Your family, your relationships are the most valuable thing you can ever have in your life. Even if it's having one family member, your mother, your father, someone who backs you up, supports you, loves you, and accepts you for the way you are successful, baby. You don't need a shit amount of like dollar bills to show up in your bank account. This is all like a facade. All of this money lying around and everybody's put so much pressure on everyone to be rich and famous. Girls and boys, like none of this matters to anybody. You know, it's everything in here. How you view yourself is so important and how your family views you. That's all that matters. Okay, so don't live your life for other people. Don't live your life thinking what will society think? What will they think? I don't even have an education. But you have successful relationships and you are more successful than that. Yeah, please reevaluate your definition of success because it's not money. One book you would recommend to read for personal self-growth and development. I'm reading so many books right now, but I'm reading The Psychology of Money, which is going to help a lot of you that think money is the ultimate measure of success. So highly recommend reading that book as well. It's going to help you a lot. The Alchemist is a stunning book, which is widely popular. Yeah, these are some of the books. I'll have a few books mentioned down, but just keep an eye on my Instagram story. I always mention a few books that I'm reading that have changed my life. Do you believe in investing your money, stock market or crypto? Okay, so my relationship with money has been very rocky. It's very complicated. Okay, it's taken me a lot of growth to be where I am today because again, like I said, but when we had all the money in the world, I never valued it. It's one of those things that we always had. So I'm just like, okay, cool, new car, you know, new vacation. It's like, just a part of my life. Though we were financially very well to do, none of us knew where money came from. None of us knew how to save it, pensions, saving up for your old age, basically, investing, nothing. I just knew that dads work and they are rich and we get money. That was my idea of money. But as we grew up and we just like experienced a lot of downfall, I realized that, hey, I know nothing about money. You know, I have none. Once we had a lot and now we have none. How is that possible? You know, so it's very important to invest. Yes, I was brought up in an environment that did not teach me how to save money. I had to learn how to value money and save money through my experiences. My entire family learned a lot through this downfall. You know, I feel like your experiences teach you way more than anything can ever teach you. And failing is the best thing that can ever happen to you. Fail in your life and you know that this is going to be a game changer moving forward. In the past year, in fact, late until 2020, I used to look back and blame everything in my life. I used to be like, only if we were still rich, only if that didn't happen that one day, only if I didn't have to go through this. Dude, all of those failures made me who I am today. All those failures educated me, made me grow internally, made me freaking strong. And those experiences taught me how to battle like the demons that were coming at me. If I didn't have that downfall, I would not be where I am today. I'm telling you, I would be a spoiled, rich kid. But this humility, these values that I have today is all because of that one moment where we lost everything. I am very, very careful when I'm investing or putting my money anywhere. I've come a long way and I've saved money after years of hard work and pain. Now that I can take care of my family, I can take care of other people that are in my team, and I can do so much more, support the house. And it's because I have been very, very careful with my money. I have not tried to overspend anywhere. Yes, I have my stupid indulgences once in a while, and that's because I can today. But in the past, I could not just be like, okay, because I want that dress, let me just buy it. Like, you cannot live life like that. You have to save money. Even if you're earning like $1,500 a month, you keep $500 aside and you do not touch that money for years to come. And even if you have to skip one meal, you skip one meal, but you don't touch that $500. That's how I think of it. I'm just like, it's so important, because when you're old and you're broke, who's gonna come and save you? People have their lives to live, you know, they have their kids to feed, they have their families to look after. So being old and broke is the saddest thing that can happen to you, and it's very heartbreaking when that happens to you. Imagine you build your entire life and you know, create this massive pool of money, and because of something that happened, you lose all of it. You have no backup. You have no savings for your old age and your family. You have nothing to back you up. Where do you go then? You know, so I have been very safe in investing. Like, I take a lot of advice of Akhil's father. He helps me a lot because he has a lot of knowledge about investments and how to safely invest your money and not be crazy and put it in the stocks. And like, I can't, like, that's more Akhil's department. Like, even though he's safe, having financial knowledge is so important. Like, even though today I cannot understand most of the things and jargons used when it comes to business and money, I still like go to Akhil and I ask him for advice. Like, where can I put my money? Where will I not lose my money? Because I'm so fearful of what happened to me like earlier, like the traumas of those, you know, your past still lingers. Even though I am letting go of that slowly and I'm embracing my new life, I want to make sure that no matter what happens to me in my life, whether, you know, it's with my partner or with my family, like, I'm able to stay on my 2 feet alone and I'm able to support myself for the rest of my life. Like, that is my only goal for my life. It's not to have a massive mansion. Yeah, those are cute things that come along the way. But the most important thing for me is to be able to stand on my 2 feet alone without depending on a single person until I am old and in my deathbed. That is my goal for myself, and that comes with a lot of hard work, a lot of savings, a lot of not spending money on stupid shit that you don't need, and just investing in safe spaces. So I won't save in crypto or stock. That's not something I'm comfortable with doing right now. I'm very risk averse when it comes to money. I want to keep it safe. I'm like this old granny that wants to do FDs, but yehi sab kaam mein aa jata hai baad mein. I feel like you should definitely read up on this, or just like go to someone who has the financial superficial knowledge to guide you. I don't want to be that person because I'm genuinely, I am not that good at it yet. So I don't want to say something and, you know, like a lot of people listening to me. So I highly recommend going to someone who has this kind of knowledge. Do you see yourself at 50 making YouTube videos? This industry is mainly for the young. Do you agree? I would love to put on makeup for mature skin. So I would love to do videos like for the rest of my life, like do like granny makeup. I don't know where life will take me. Like I said, like nothing's guaranteed and you cannot plan your future to the T. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't mind it. I absolutely love being in front of the camera and I'll do it for the rest of my life if I have to. I know you love fitness. Do you think it's necessary to have dumbbells or weights at home for weight loss? I'm not the right person to ask when it comes to weight loss, my loves, and I'm saying this from like a place of love because I never had to deal with any sort of weight loss up until now. So I would be the wrong person to guide you on that. But I feel like if you have those gym bands, you get a lot of them on Amazon. You just need a yoga mat, a few like gym bands and a few ropes. It comes in a set. You just like do these miniature movements. I don't know what they're called, but you can do bicep curls, you can do you know, lots of other exercises, chest presses. Like right now my gym trainer and I are not dealing with weights at all because I don't have weights. I just have like one weight, so heavy. So these are the weights I have, 12 lbs, like 6 kg, around 6 kgs. Oh my god, I'm already tired. So this is the weight I have and it's the only pair of weights I use. So I have one pair of dumbbells, which are those, and I use that for like little bit of, you know, lifting up, bicep curl, chest press, like very light. But there are also gym ropes and stuff which help you immensely. These tiny movements that you do at home are so much more better than lifting weights. And a cardio, walking is your ultimate. Just keep walking around your building like 30 minutes and just keep walking, running, jogging. That's going to help you with your weight, I guess. What is your ultimate goal ahead in your career? Like I said, my goal in my entire life ultimately and for my career is just for me to be ultra independent till the end of time. Like I feel like I just want to be able to be Mars and have the confidence to be able to do anything I want in my life without having to, you know, ask for permission. I don't want to ever be in that spot where I have to depend on anybody for money. That's my ultimate goal. But for my career, I feel like 50 mein YouTube, I will be like a buddhi makeup influencer till then, giving you my tips and tricks. I'm sure probably I would have my own company, like my own brand. Possibly by the time till I'm 50 or the end of my career, I should be able to build a brand, you know, to just like have something that represents me. If I'm not available to you guys, you have something from me, you know. I'm 22 and I don't have a goal. Is that okay? Not knowing what to do is okay. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are confused on what they need to do in life, but not having a goal, it's difficult because then you don't have a reason to wake up in the morning. There's no purpose, you know, like what do you do when you wake up in the morning as a person who doesn't have any like specific goal? I don't have anything to go towards, you know, I don't have a specific thing that I can run towards. So it becomes difficult to wake up every single day and be motivated and pumped in your life. Whiling away your time with your friends is not being productive. Watching Netflix on hours is not being productive. Like, because there's no goal, there's nothing to achieve. There's no target. So what do you work towards? So I feel like spend time with yourself again. It's the ultimate of ultimate tips I can give you is spending time with yourselves. Writing stuff down that you feel like you want to do. Maybe I would be a great assistant to someone. I would be a great dancer. Write your wildest dreams. I would be an astronaut. Just write the wildest things you imagine yourself doing, and then you'll probably get a feeling, you know, of doing one or the other. Goal doesn't have to be specifically hardcore income related. You know, even though you must have a certain income coming in consistently, it's great for your life, trust me. But even if your ultimate goal is to be a mom, I feel like that's still something you can work towards, like by bettering yourself every day. What are the values you can give your kids moving forward? Educating yourself on money itself. What are those things that you're going to pass on to your kids? You know, so it doesn't have to be directly related to income, but if it is, then it's just that extra push. It's that extra motivation. How to not be lazy all day. Have a routine. Have a routine. I understand one or the other days you're just going to be a blob on the bed, and I have those days very less, but I have those days. The only thing to not be lazy is literally to have a schedule. Remember those timetables hote the school mein? उठना 8 बजे को उठना, breakfast खाना, 9 o'clock you had to be at the bus stop, 9:30 you know there's a routine, मतलब you could not escape that routine unless you were taking an off, is what consistency looks like. Like if you create a schedule, a timetable, be like, I have to get up at 9 o'clock, I have to work out at 9:30, at 12 o'clock I will start reading. That's when you just automatically hold yourself accountable. It's so important to ask your friends to call you out if you're doing anything that is not productive. Any friend that you trust, you can tell them, hey, if I'm like lazing around at 12 o'clock, I want you to tell me to get up and do this. You know, you have to have someone who can do that for you, or you hold yourself accountable. At the end of the day, nobody can force you to do anything. You know, it's just your own willpower and willingness. How badly do you want it? How badly do you want to enrich your life and have amazing relationships and build a career for yourself and be a stand-up person? How badly do you want these things in your life? I'm sure a lot. So by being lazy and sitting on the couch, you're whiling away your time. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, and no one's going to come and save you, my doll. If you feel like someone's going to just lift you up and save you, you're badly mistaken. You're going to end up with a broken heart if you expect just someone to come save you and take care of you. So being lazy is not an option. I feel like it's okay to sort of take a break. That's completely fine. But laziness is the devil. It's going to destroy your productivity. It's going to destroy and take you away from being the person you are meant to be. It's gonna keep you away from your complete potential, and I feel like that is not worth it. Find something to do every day and have a routine and hold yourself accountable. Alright, so I'm gonna take the last question and then end this video because I feel like it's been quite productive and very heavy as well. Does having my own personal space, being in a relationship, bad or weird? Absolutely not. Akhil and I have so much personal space right now. Even though we live in the same house, we have so much space, and that's why we are happy most of the times. Like I'm telling you, it's ridiculous how we've designed our life. The thing is that we have our own career now. We have our own paths, we have our own habits, our own meditation times, praying times, you know, we have our individual lives that we live. So when we wake up, yes, we sit together for a few minutes, but then we immediately go into our rooms and we start our day. You know, whatever it is, you know, reading, working, filming, we do it like right now. I've been filming for hours. He's in his meetings. This is space. This is giving each other space. You cannot ask your partner to chipko to you the entire day or feel bad if he's not spending like 2 minutes with you out of the entire day. You have got to give your partner space. In fact, you tell them, please go out with your friends, please take your space. That is the best thing you can do in your relationship, because that's why today we are so happy. What is up with my hair today? It's like funny. So yeah, I think it's the best thing you can do for your relationship, because it is just going to help you grow as partners together. Imagine sticking to someone like the entire day, from like the minute you wake up and you go to bed. It's too much. You guys will argue even more, and there are going to be awkward silences. You have nothing to talk about because you're so caught up on life already. How much can you possibly talk when you're together for so long? So I feel like when you have your individual life, your, you know, friends that you go out with, I feel like you can come back and discuss those things, and you can talk to each other about what you've learned that day or what you're planning to do in your life, discuss your personal goals. There's so many things you can do together. So yes, having space is not a bad thing. Having too much space might be a bad thing. ऐसे नहीं कि चल हम कहीं और रहने लगे and then we don't see each other for like 5 days. That's like a lot and not required. Like I'm telling you, in the lockdown, we've literally been locked and not able to go anywhere else, but we still have so much space, and it's because we voluntarily choose to give each other space, and that is very, very healthy in a relationship. Yes?
Can I blend it for a minute?
Yeah. Space. They're asking, is it important having personal space at home? I'm answering some questions. I'm starving and you're eating. I've not eaten a single thing. What is this?
Bhaji.
Again? Sabudana?
This is...
I'm so hungry. Alright guys, so that is all I have for you. I am starving. I need to eat food. I have been working like for 4 or 5 hours straight and I skipped my lunch. But I'm still feeling so good because I love what I do. I hope you enjoyed this Q&A and I helped you in some way. I love to guide you in whatever way I can, in whatever capacity that I can from my experiences. I will definitely do more Q&As because I enjoy talking about all of this. So I'll catch up with you in my next video. I love you so much and I will see you next time. Bye!